Are you looking for the best blenders? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best blenders on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Ninja Compact Kitchen System. The brand makes lots of options, but we say this is the best Ninja blender for its incredible versatility and reasonable price. It is a true kitchen system, with a huge capacity blender pitcher, a single serving smoothie cup with a to-go lid, and a full functioning food processor bowl with chopping and kneading blades. You can whip up the perfect pesto, chunky salsa, or thoroughly kneaded pizza dough in addition to more traditional smoothies and pureed soups. The Ninja Kitchen System has 3 programs designed for crushing ice, blending smoothies, and gently mixing or kneading. It also has normal on/off and pulse buttons. That covers most basic functions, but you can't manually adjust the speed of this blender. That rules out advanced techniques like starting slow and gradually speeding up to make a slushy cocktail, or turning the speed up and down to adjust the final texture of chopped veggies. If you're just starting in a new kitchen or have limited storage space, this machine serves as 3 appliances in one. However, if you already have a food processor and just want a blender, it includes a lot of extras you don't need. It's an ideal kitchen generalist, but more hardcore home cooks might prefer separate appliances. Number 2. Vitamix Professional Grade Blender. The heavy-duty 5200 is our favorite Vitamix for anybody who plans to use their blender almost every day. It was able to thoroughly break up everything we threw at it, literally from soup to nuts. Our almond milk came out rich and smooth, and there were barely any flecks of fiber in soups and smoothies. It also did an incredible job with the frozen cocktail, buzzing up a slushy drink in less than a minute. The motor did not indicate stress even while running for long periods. The spinning blades can bring soup from cold to steaming hot in a 6-minute heating cycle. The one test the Vitamix 5200 didn't do well on was a small batch of mayonnaise. The single egg yolk and cup of oil stuck to the sides and didn't incorporate evenly. With its 64-ounce pitcher, this machine is best suited to large batches. And of course, like all Vitamix models, it's pretty expensive. Number 3. Brevely Fresh and Furious Blender. We were blown away by the frozen margarita we made in the Fresh and Furious. As we gradually cranked it from lowest to highest speed, it crushed whole ice cubes and combined the ingredients into a light fluff, like clouds of shaved ice. And it did that in just 33 seconds, keeping meltage to a minimum. It also did a pretty good job on the rest of the tests, making nicely emulsified mayonnaise and thoroughly blending other ingredients. We tested cheaper full-size blenders than this one, but it's the only budget model that delivered acceptable results. There were tiny bits of skin detectable in the soup and smoothie, but not enough to ruin the texture. There are 5 speed settings and 3 preset programs: Ice Crush, Smoothie, and Green Smoothie, each of which runs for 60 seconds. It was a little annoying to keep restarting the blender for the 6 minutes we needed for the soup, but that's not the biggest deal. Another aspect we liked about the Fresh and Furious is its tall blade. It was easy to wash between the skinny teeth with a sponge and get rid of all the food bits. There's an auto clean setting you can run with soap and water, too, but we found a simple wipe to be quicker and more effective. Number 4. KitchenAid K400 Blender. Are you a lover of frozen cocktails ready to replace the janky blender you relied on for Margarita Mondays in college? A condiment snob obsessed with perfecting their homemade mayonnaise? A connoisseur of creamy butternut squash soup? This blender registered perfect scores on all 3 in our testing. The KitchenAid K400 has a classic blender design, with a large jar and simple dial controls. It offers 5 numbered speed settings and 3 preset programs that alternate speeds to crush ice into snow, create slushy beverages, and blend consistently textured smoothies. During our tests, we were impressed by how well the ribbed jar and asymmetrical blade combine to create a vortex that sucks in all the ingredients to blend thoroughly. There's an included tamper to push food down into the blades, but we didn't even need it. This blender is quite reasonably priced for being such an effective machine, and you can also find it in lots of different colors, from pale green pistachio to KitchenAid's signature bright red. It's quite heavy and tall, though, so don't expect it to tuck away unobtrusively in a cabinet when you're not using it. It's likely going to have to live on the counter. Number 5. Brevely Control Grip Immersion Blender. Earning the top spot in our roundup of the best immersion blenders, Brevely's Control Grip wowed us during testing. It combines impressive power and versatility, flawlessly pureeing soup and emulsifying mayo in record time. We were particularly impressed with its smoothie performance. This machine crushed ice in 40 seconds and blended even chia seeds smooth in just 2 minutes. With an impressive 15 speed settings, this can function as an immersion and a standard blender. Since its base is silicone, you can stick the control grip into any stockpot or bowl without worrying about damage. It also includes a 42-ounce full-size blender jug, a chopping bowl, and a whisk attachment for making meringues, whipped cream, and other desserts. The control grip is fairly pricey for an immersion blender, though its extra functions justify its increased cost. It's a good all-in-one option, especially for someone with limited kitchen space. The other negative we found in testing is that it's very loud at high speed. Number 6. NutriBullet Pro 900 Personal Blender. After rigorous testing, we named the NutriBullet Pro 900 the best personal blender, period. This little guy was able to pulverize ice, blueberries, and kale into a silken smoothie with very few fibrous bits. It's also incredibly easy to use, as you simply push and twist the cup to activate the motor. The kit includes 2 separate cups, each with a lip ring, handled lip ring, and a sippy lid so you can enjoy your smoothies however you like. You can, of course, also use the machine for velvety soups, sauces, and salsas, though you may need to blend in more than one batch to fit everything. NutriBullet makes several excellent personal blenders, but we think the Pro 900 offers the best balance of power and price. Our main issue with the model is that both of its included cups are quite large for a portable blender. That's great when you're using it as a general-purpose blender, but they're not so great for taking drinks to go. The 32-ounce vessels might not fit in a car cup holder, though you can buy smaller ones along with lots of other NutriBullet accessories. Number 7. Vitamix Explorian Blender. For a straightforward and effective blender that's great for making smoothies, you can't go wrong with Vitamix's E310 Explorian model. We called it the best Vitamix for beginners in our comprehensive tests of the best Vitamix blenders, and for good reason. It has huge power and all the basic features you need to make smoothies, shakes, soups, and more, without the enormous price of larger and more complicated Vitamix models. You get 10 speed options, plus a pulse setting that lets you chop nuts or mince herbs with finesse, and that's all you have to worry about. In our tests, we loved how compact the blender is, with a short profile and no accessories to keep track of, which makes it easy to store in a cabinet. That's partially because of its smaller pitcher, though 48 ounces provides enough capacity to blend 3 smoothie servings. The E310 is a bit more expensive than average for blenders, though it's Vitamix's cheapest option.